This is Lucia Chappelle with a March 19th update to a story reported on the March 18th edition of This Way Out's NewsWrap. The Trump administration was wrong last week when it claimed that it could begin to implement the president's proposed ban on transgender people serving in the U.S. military. This, according to a judge in U.S. District Court in Washington, D.C. Judge Colin Collar-Catelli said in a notice on March 19th that defendants were incorrect in claiming there was no longer an impediment to the military's implementation of the transgender policy and that defendants remain bound by this court's preliminary injunction to maintain the status quo. 2 of the 4 injunctions against implementing the ban were directly struck down by the Supreme Court in late January. That decision persuaded a 3rd lower court to lift its injunction earlier this month. The 4th and last injunction was issued by Judge Collar-Catelli in the case known as Doe versus Trump. A 3-judge appeals court panel overturned her injunction in January, but the panel has not issued its final order. Because there is no final order, the plaintiffs have not been able to file a formal appeal of that ruling to the full court. Collar-Catelli based her contention that her injunction still stands on those issues. GLBTQ advocates and defenders and the National Center for Lesbian Rights are representing both current transgender members of the U.S. Armed Forces and those who would like to enlist. BuzzFeed reports that the plaintiffs have until March 29th to request a hearing before the full bench of the D.C. Circuit Court of Appeals. If their appeal is accepted, it could further delay the implementation of Trump's purge of transgender troops. The White House has yet to respond to the ruling. Stay tuned for further updates. For This Way Out, I'm Lucia Chappelle.